Ha ha ha. At last, my new beauty serum. With this, I can finally become rich after this product goes viral. No more acne, no more wrinkles, perfect for all age. Whoops. Ladies and gentlemen, what has happened here is a genetic anomaly like no other. A genetic mutation to this mouse has occurred, but why exactly has this happened, you may ask? Well, let's find out. Mutations are changes to specific segments of DNA called genes. These genes are what give people their physical characteristics. Some, however, may not be visible, but can affect the function of the organism. Mutations can be passed down by generations, or they can be obtained by outside forces, like UV light or chemicals. A sequence of 3 nucleotides found on tRNA are complementary to the strand of mRNA found at the bottom of the ribosome, and these play a key factor in protein synthesis. When a protein is not made correctly, there become changes in the organism's DNA, causing a mutation. Here, a mutation occurred that made the mouse obese and also gave it a trait called syndactylity, better known as webbed feet. This was caused by Dr. Guanin's beauty serum, which had the chemicals strong enough to mutate our poor mouse. As you may know, a normal mouse is lean, active, and, well, normal size. Its toes are separated in order to help it climb and grip onto different objects that are in its natural environment. Our mutated mouse is different from other mice because of the beauty serum that made the mouse's hunger sensors in its brain not work, causing it to overeat and become obese. Its toes also did not develop correctly, leading it to improperly develop, causing it to have webbed feet due to a process called apoptosis.
This is a picture of a mouse DNA strand. The mutation for obesity in mice is linked to the LEP gene, which produces leptin. Leptin is a protein that is supposed to tell the body when it's feeling too full from food. But when mutated, the leptin does not work properly and never tells the person or animal when to stop eating, leading to obesity. This is formed through protein synthesis and genetic information from the OB gene and is transcribed into RNA and then translated through a chain of 167 amino acids. It typically stops when there is no more room to store the fat that it makes, but when mutated, it doesn't know how to do that and just keeps building. Peptide bonds are a set of covalent bonds that keep the proteins together, and they keep building the sequence until it hits 167 amino acids. It's like a restaurant that keeps making food, but overflows when no one eats it. The process that is the main cause of the second mutation, syndactyly, better known as webbed feet, is apoptosis. Apoptosis is programmed cell death, and when this does not work, the webbing in the feet remains instead of automatically going away when the organism is developed. The HOXA13 gene is what controls this, and has the feet looking like duck feet. It is made through the HOXA13 transcription, which is a group of homobox genes. This is stopped when the gene is silenced by adding ubiquitin marked to histone protein. In order to fully understand the odd mutations our mouse has, it is crucial to understand how basic proteins are made. Complementary base pairing refers to the exact way nitrogenous bases in DNA pair up with each other, like a lock and key system that has one specific base pair to another, similar to how people would share dorms in college. Through transcription, the DNA is copied and turned into RNA. The helicase enzyme unzips the DNA, and RNA polymerase builds a complementary RNA strand. The messenger runs into the ribosome, and step 2, which is translation, happens here. First, mRNA brings the synthesis instructions. The tRNA carries out the amino acids, and the RNA builds the rest of the protein from there. This generally takes place in the nucleus until it's transported to the ribosomes in the cytoplasm. These 2 basic steps are what help general proteins to function. And without this process, cells cannot do their operations, so forget about any mutations. Codons are like little 3-letter words in mRNA that tell the cell what amino acid to add next. The anticodons are their matching pieces on tRNA that help bring the right amino acids to build a protein. Kind of like building a Lego set, but with molecules.
In the case of a mouse, the mutation in the LEP gene means that the leptin protein was not made properly and had some fault in the translation or transcription process. The rat never got the neurosignals to stop eating food when it was full, hence the obesity that resulted. This happened similarly with the HOXA13 mutation because the process of apoptosis never happened, and the skin between the mouse's toes never undeveloped, so it ended up having feet similar to a frog or duck. I'd say that the obesity mutation would be considered harmful, as it could lead to problems in the mouse's transportation but also medical problems. The webbed feet, on the other hand, was not much of a harm or a benefit, so it would be considered a neutral mutation. Mutations can be caused by a lot of different things. Some are inherited while others happen during mistakes in DNA replication. A point mutation, for example, can change a single DNA base, causing different proteins to be made or no protein at all. Our rat's mutation most likely came from a point mutation that changed the LEP or HOXA13 genes, causing the rat to always be hungry and to have webbed feet.
Oh no, the rat is escaping. What should I do?
Breaking news. Have you ever seen a fat mouse? What about a fat mouse with webbed feet? Scientists are puzzled as a strange mutated mouse has been spotted raiding local pizza shops. If you see the mouse, please report it immediately.
In the end, we learned that not all mutations are harmful, like having webbed feet, but some mutations are harmful to an organism's health, like obesity. Scientists every day are trying to find cures for these harmful mutations and are getting closer day by day. Until then, keep an eye on your pizza, and be sure to look out for fat rats with webbed feet.